go ahead and just do the thing that I always do. Do the thing. I always do the thing. Here we go.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
Online entertainment.
NoDQ.com.
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 The people that know more about me know this. I am just a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Damn it! Whether it's the NoDQ Galaxy, the Jeff Meacham Network, the AGW Crew, Indie Force, or anything related to For the Win Productions, the gears of wrestling keep on turning, and we are here to give our thoughts, previews, and predictions. Good day to you all, and welcome to our panel for this week's Simply Predicting. In a company that many wrote off even before it peaked at a decade, we stand here on the verge of its 21st year as its never say die spirit continues on, and we discuss the launch pad of Impact Wrestling's 2023. Hard to kill. And so it begins once again. Here we go. Hello, everybody. Good evening, good morning, good night. Whenever you may watch this on live or on demand, you know what this is. Welcome to my Simple brand, for I am the Simple Man, and my name is Noel Foster. As we kick off 2023's Simply Predicting Leagues with Impact Wrestling. And of course, we are going to be discussing the launch pad tonight, the first pay-per-view of Impact Wrestling's 2023 year. And we've already got the humor and entertainment happening galore. As we talk about Impact Wrestling, hard to kill. For once, it is not me and Jeremy 1000 Names, the Simple Impactful Duo. It is a Simple Impactful Quadruple. So please welcome to the first time ever for Impact Wrestling, Christopher Rotz and James Hebert. I think it's safe to say we now will become the four horsemen of Impact Wrestling, maybe Fortune of its own right. But with that being said, let's go ahead and introduce everybody. First off, Happy New Year again, guys. Good to see you all. We're going to start, of course, with the guy that always brings the entertainment, the creative mind, been with me since the Impactful Duo first became a thing. The new normal, Jerry, has to go to work soon. In a mask. Jerry, how are you? He's miming, folks. He's miming.
I see.
We're going to talk about that very soon here, too. I don't think there's wind right now, so he's not being blown to the side, so that's all right. Meanwhile, longtime friend of NoDQ Galaxy, the winner of last year's NoDQ Galaxy Predictions League, the king of the universe with the highest score overall. We'll see how he does this time in Impact Wrestling. Christopher Rotz. Chris, how are you? Welcome to the Impactful panel. And how are you looking forward to Impact Wrestling's Hard to Kill?
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward on predicting with you guys. I will not be watching Impact Hard to Kill tonight because I'll be watching Friday Night SmackDown, but
Fair.
I'll definitely be watching the highlights on YouTube. I'm looking forward to it. If I have to pick a match that I'm looking forward to is Josh Alexander versus Bully Ray for the Impact World Championship. And to everybody that put in their predictions in the forum, good luck to everybody in 2023. And let's start this year off with a bang.
I think we've already done that. You could definitely ask James Heber about that. We've already produced, discussed, and analyzed AEW and NJPW and WNXT to a degree. Now we're here with Impact Wrestling. And of course, talking about him, the brainchild, creative mind of FTW Productions, fellow open mic night panelist. And he's different. And he likes square burgers versus circle burgers, as we found out.
Hey.
And shapes. James Hebert of Jay Hebert Side 95, the username. James, how are you? Welcome to Impact Wrestling once again. How are you looking forward to this pay-per-view?
I am looking forward to it as much as I am looking forward to most Impact pay-per-views, which is pretty damn good. Impact has been on a resurgence lately, and I'm ready for the next chapter in that. So let's go.
All right, then. And again, for everybody that's watching so far, please like, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. And of course, your opinions matter too, as I host, once again, predictions leagues for 2023 for WWE, AEW, and Impact Wrestling, and Ring of Honor still to come. And as you see tonight, this will be the card we will be discussing in full. To give you a brief highlight, 10 matches, 2 on the countdown free on YouTube, and 8 exclusively on pay-per-view, as again, this show will be on pay-per-view. So get those predictions in. The link's in the description down below. It'll also be running one point in the banner. Shout out to the 38 of you in so far, including but not limited to some of the last year participants like Ashley Reynolds, my fellow horseman of predictions, Mark Griffith, JD Chadwick, the Renegade, JJ Williams, Kyle, and so many others. Gina, Daniel Gonzalez, Bacon_Space, best name ever. Con Andrew, the Cleaver, and of course my brother Church, Paul Mean, among so many others. So without further ado, let's get right into it. We're going to go ahead and first talk about the countdown to Hard to Kill. That will be live on Impact Plus and YouTube's Impact Wrestling YouTube channel for free. And it starts tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we have a couple of matches. And hello, Nathan Banks. Great to see you as always. So let's go ahead and first talk about this match that kind of is a who's who if you want to think about maybe who could win this and what it could lead to. We have a 6-pack challenge among the X Division and a veteran. Angels of the Design. You might remember him as Alan Angels from the Dark Order. Join the Dark Order. Uyo Yamera representing New Japan Pro Wrestling and the LA Dojo. That graphic is not a meme, folks. That is Mike Jackson of freaking 73 years old that has tagged with Jai Swinger and also lost to that man, too. Also returning for the first Battle Royale this year. Good Lord Almighty. Breakout star to watch out for this year, Bohemian Guncher, as voted on by the Impact faithful, the Impact Wrestling fans. The former X Division champion with 9 successful defenses and recently went to an Iron Man clash with Josh Alexander for the Impact World Championship. Speedball Mike Bailey, who's been having fun lately with the Kenny King, King, and we'll fight him next week in a pit fight. And of course, the Time Splitter, former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, thankfully now cleared of foot and mouth disease. Glad to know he's better. Kushida. So right now, it is a who's who. It is anybody's game. So let's see what everyone has to fake here about this match. And since we now have the man himself unmasked, Jinkies. Jerry, let's kick things off with you. What's your thoughts towards this X-Pac challenge? Who you got winning?
Noah, why do you not mention that Speedball Mike Bailey won the Battle of Los Angeles this past weekend?
I was going to save that for my commentary bit, but if you want me to go into more details, you really want me to talk about my favorite note here? But yes, that is correct. People, and to be fair, Jerry is right because several people involved on tonight's pay-per-view was involved in the Battle of Los Angeles, and we'll talk more about them later. Also, Speedball Mike Bailey, the winner of this year's Battle of Los Angeles. Congratulations. Jerry, great note, by the way. Go ahead and speak.
All right. Well, I think if anything, if anybody needs the win in this one, it'd probably be Gujar. I think he's actually on the rise, like you said, and that'd be a really cool way for him to actually get over in this match without really anybody suffering at the same time. Like Speedball Mike Bailey, he's preoccupied with King right now, so I think he's going to start focusing more on the actual heavyweight side of things after a little bit, and I think because he could easily carry the company if he wanted to. He's got the abilities, and he's got the presence there. I think that he could do that, but I think Gujar is due a title shot. I think that'll be the best way of getting it to him. All
righty. James, as you know, we of course talked about again Speedball Mike Bailey. We called many of his matches last year across the Championship Multiverse Mia. Stay tuned for more on that, folks, as we will watch that tonight. But again, Gunther, he's kind of been not only the guy you can't say the name of, apparently, as I saved y'all's asses one point during a pre-show, but he has been impressing the Impact faithful, including challenging for the Digital Media Championship, which we'll talk about later when we say, no, don't say it right now. Don't say it right now. But anyway, what's your thoughts towards this six-pack challenge, James? Who do you think needs to win it?
I feel like there's a couple candidates. Kushida, who just got back, I feel like is a good shout. And Angels is another one, only due to the fact that, he's just joined up with Violent by Design, like not too long ago. So I feel like it's toss-up probably between those two. I'll go with Kushida typically because they like to push the international talent, especially with the deal they got going on with New Japan. So I'm gonna go with him.
All right. And by the way, botch, it's called The Design. And as we saw last night, the Death Machine, no longer Death Machine, Sami Callihan, has been initiated in there, which means that there could be outside influences involved here because, well, there's no disqualification. Chris, time to put you on the spot. Now, you probably maybe know one person if you watched AEW, but also you heard our subtle takes. So let's go ahead and get the ultimate wild cards pick here. Chris, say a name and forever hold your peace. Good luck. Who do you pick?
Well, this is going to be a good match overall. I know Angels from AEW, and now he's on Impact Wrestling. And I also know Kushida from NXT days.
Very good.
So I don't think one of them is. I think one of them should win. I know in the forum that I picked Mike Bailey to win this match. I'm actually gonna change my pick here.
All right.
I don't see Mike Bailey winning this. I'm actually gonna go off and say that I'm gonna agree with James. I'm gonna go with Kushida.
All right. Kushida, of course, tied running mate with Alex Shelley. Kushida, again, a former junior heavyweight champion of right for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Also a former, as you did say, NXT Cruiserweight champion. So I do think that is a fair claim. For me, I'm going to first look at the poll here. And again, none of this is unanimous. A majority did go with Spiel Mike Bailey, 17 of you at 45%. Second runner-up at 14 votes is Kushida. 4 people pick Angels. 3 people pick Bakimter Gunther. Picks for nobody else. Again, Gunther, he has had a chance to go after gold, the Digital Media Championship. He's one to watch out for if you're looking at the inside of the Impact Wrestling environment. I feel that Gunther and Spiel Mike Bailey are your first 2 key picks. Thinking about the X Division title, though, and how, honestly, I can see the winner of this maybe putting their name in a hat for a future X Division title shot, regardless who wins that match tonight. Again, we're talking about countdown, so I'm going to keep things short and simple because there's still so much ahead. I do think, looking at the X Division, keyword X Division, you got to keep it inside Impact Wrestling, and I think Gunther deserves a chance that can surprise us. So I'm actually going to go with Gunther on this one to get the win. I actually agree with Jerry. So we'll see what happens there. Again, the beauty of Impact Wrestling, you never know. It's a wild card. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on from there to something that might be a bit more one-sided. Then again, after what happened on Thursday, maybe not the case. The current Impact Knockouts champions, the Dolls, Rosemary, Jessica, and Aware Loca, Taya Valkyrie. At this point, we do not know her condition. They take on the threesome. Well, I guess you say foursome with that guy in the back. Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans with the quintessential diva, Deshelle Shaw, and the other guy, Javadal. Seriously, why is he here? So let's go ahead and just put this in perspective. Clearly, Tasha Steelz, Savannah Evans, they have their eyes still on the Knockouts Tag Team Gold, despite falling short for it when Tasha was the one that ate the fall. Deshelle Shaw, she took a chance to go after the gold with Virtuosa. Diana Perazzo came up short. But the thing about Deshelle Shaw, she always likes to put herself in the spotlight. Call her a thinker, if nothing else. And so far, the game plan has worked to their advantage. We saw what happened this past Thursday in Impact Wrestling. And based on that, I do think that the Death Dolls are going to get the win here. And Aware Loca is going to go crazy on them. I have the Death Dolls winning. James, your thoughts on this?
I believe the Death Dolls are also going to be retaining.
It's not for the titles. It's just a six knockout scratch. You're fine.
I forgot. Yeah. Okay. Either way, Death Dolls win because they need the W.
They
The
need the W.
W.
All right, TBs, they need the dub. Chris, what's your thoughts towards this knockouts six-person affair? Truth be told, if Giselle Shaw, Savannah Evans, and Tasha wins, chances are that would put any of those three in line in their own freeboard form to challenge for the knockouts title, maybe at the next Impact special, which I believe is No Surrender after the New Year's Revolution TV run. So, what's your thoughts towards this? Or does once again Tasha Steele, Savannah Evans fall short?
Either way, this is going to be a good match. I'm actually agreeing with you guys. I think Death Dolls are going to take the win here.
All right. And I also do believe the Death Dolls will win at this point because they are the most unified unit in the Knockouts division as far as tag and or trios goes. And the majority do believe that the Death Dolls are going to win this grudge as well. 73% basically versus 25% for the others. Jerry, at this point, I'm just waiting for Savannah Evans to eat Tasha Steele out of existence when it comes to this tag team. She has so much more potential, I feel, as a singles competitor. Maybe that's a tease of fallout for a singles grudge, but I feel Evans is right now at the point she can go on her own. So defeat here might further tensions. Tasha might blame her, and Giselle's like, I don't want none of this. So, again, that's kind of my figure why I think the Death Dolls are going to win. Not just because they're the title holders and because they want revenge. So, based on your creative input, do you agree with maybe that outcome, or do you have a different outcome in mind?
Oh, I totally disagree with you. I think what's end up happening is they're going to win by happenstance and all of a sudden be buddy. So you need more tag teams to go against the Death Dolls at this point. And if they could lose a match, a triple threat, a six woman tag, and like set up another tag match for their belts, that makes a little more sense to me. So I'm gonna go with the heels on this one.
I wonder if that means that Tasha Steele might actually trust Giselle Shaw more versus Savannah Evans, and that is Tasha Steele and Giselle Shaw going after the titles. So again, you might be on
either way. That introduces another pairing, and you still get a new tag match. So
even if it's a one-up, as Deanna and Giselle said, never again. All right. Fair enough. Again, the dynamics of the knockouts, the most well-booked quality and quantity women's division in the wrestling industry on the Western Front. Don't at me. All right, let's go ahead and move into the actual pay-per-view. Again, folks, Hard to Kill is available on pay-per-view. Fight TV app, $40. Get it now while you still can if you want to support this show and support Impact Wrestling. And, of course, I will be covering across the Championship Network for me tonight on YouTube, so stay tuned. Let's get into the main card, guys, as we now know officially what our opening match is. And do you know who he is and what he's willing to do to once again become the Impact World Champion?
Wait, this is the opener?
That is correct, James. The Impact World Championship is opening the show in Full Metal Mayhem. Josh Alexander defends it against Bully Ray because the main event will be the match that I believe is the most important on the show. And since James, you already seem shot by this.
No, that makes sense.
Okay, good. So I don't need to start with you first. Chris, let's start with you. We've seen Bully Ray literally attack Josh Alexander's family, friends, coach. Bully Ray has put everything else to the side. He only has one thing in mind, and that's claiming the Impact World Championship by hook or by crook. And in Full Metal Mayhem, he has every right to do so. He has turned this now into his match. He even said it. He can't wrestle Josh Alexander. He needs to fight him. And where he outmatches him so far, it seems in here, now he's got every tool available to break the Iron Man of Impact Wrestling. So, Chris, does Bully Ray once again become the Impact World Champion? Or does Josh continue his incredible reign?
Well, I know Bully Ray from WWE when he teamed with Devon Dudley as the Dudley Boys.
Right.
So I'm used to Bully Ray. Once he came back at one of the Impact pay-per-views, I was shocked. I was shocked that Bully Ray returned. And personally, he's still in good shape from here on out. And I know he was talking about his friendship with Tommy Dreamer. So I think that friendship might be coming to an end one way or another. I'm gonna say that I think tonight Josh Alexander continues his reign as Impact World Champion.
Gary, this will be the 17th Full Metal Mayhem match in this company's history. Fourth, aka fifth, since it turned into Impact Wrestling. What Bully Ray called the brainchild of his own devious mind. We, of course, know it was not him involved in the very first one. It was Abyss and Jeff Hardy back in 2005. However, Bully Ray has had the second most appearances in this match and has 3 victories overall with only 1 loss. And with the fact that he has helping hands, it seems. Once again, does Bully Ray, by hook or by crook, and with every asset available, including people on the roster possible, does Bully basically take Impact Wrestling hostage?
I was back and forth on this match the other night when I was actually putting in my initial predictions because I filled it out and fits in. And I was like, no, I'm gonna have to change a couple. But what happened was I was sitting there and all of a sudden, like I was scrolling through my Facebook and that Facebook videos, and then I just let one go while I was on break at work, and then sure enough, it was Bully Ray being revealed as the leader of Aces and Eights. So that's why the moment that I think Bully Ray really took off as being a star in Impact Wrestling. So when he actually returned, I automatically assumed he's going to be right in the title picture, but it took a little bit for him to get in there.
Right.
But I'm actually going to go with Bully Ray on this one. Sure enough, I know he like attacked Scott D'Amore and everything, and that's one of those situations where it's like, oh, now Josh Alexander's got to avenge his mentor or whatever. But I just don't see that happening. I see it being a brutal match. I see Josh Alexander pulling out all the stops, but Bully Ray always has an ace up his sleeve, and that's what I think which is weird because he doesn't wear sleeves.
Right. He might have a hammer though underneath the ring.
I was about to say, like, he has the ace up his sleeves. I didn't know he was able to like hide Hiroshi Tanahashi so far up his sleeve. Like that's crazy.
I thought honestly he was talking about the playing card, but Ace Austin has that gimmick. Of course, somebody he did attack.
No, I mean either way. I mean, geez.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't shock me. And it wouldn't shock me if we get some sort of like Aces and Eights type group formed again in Impact Wrestling.
Well, I mean, Garrett Bischoff and Wes Briscoe are back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were back.
It would be hard. I'm pretty sure they're working at Hardee's or something at this point. So
they probably welcome back that money, even as
but yeah, I think they'll kick off the night with a title change just to get people's attention. Like, okay, anything can happen on this pay-per-view. So
yeah, and I feel like a lot will happen. And also, James, as I watched Impact Wrestling last night, we will also find out tonight there will be somebody else put in interim for Scott D'Amore's executive vice president position for Impact Wrestling. And I almost wonder, will that person have an influence on this match? I have no idea. That's a fair shout. But with that maybe not being involved here, James, what's your thoughts towards this? Does Josh Alexander once again overcome the most emotionally, mentally taxing warfare he has faced as champion since Moose, personally?
I think he will. I just find it funny that he and Bully are on this feud. Now you got this little side feud between Bully and Dreamer as well, where Dreamer doesn't know if he could trust him. I mean, bro, you should know you can't
trust Bully Ray at all.
I don't know.
Don't trust Bully Ray.
Chris said a funny line that I wanted to comment on right away. He's like, well, I think the friendship is gonna be he's always had a friendship with Bully Ray. He has such a great friendship that he pile drove his wife on ECW. He then went and hit a 3D on his wife, and then hit a 3D on his wife again and again and again.
Okay.
He then went into Impact, and he went into Impact in the Hogan era, and he got humiliated by Dreamer going face first in a blow up doll. Such a great friendship. This is A+.
That's what friends are for.
That's what friends are for. Yeah, hitting an elevated cutter to your wife and going face first on a blow up doll. Yeah, best friends for life.
God, you had of all the facts I was going to bring up and all the history, that was not on my agenda. But thank you, James. Bottom line, he does
Had to
think
put
Josh
that
will
out there.
retain. I think at this point, Josh is going to retain because I do
Yeah.
look at down the line Impact Wrestling, and I think about, okay, you want anything possible to happen, but you also wonder what the setup's going to be. There's still a few people that Josh Alexander has yet to face during his triumphant reign that could be his undoing. I feel Bully Ray is here just as an opportunist that's going to fall short. And the majority do agree with me that Josh Alexander will retain 71% to keep my pick short.
My thing with any kind of champion really is I don't really care much about their championship reign anymore. I like watching them actually go for the belt. The hungriest I've ever seen Josh Alexander is when he was actually going for the title. Yeah. Now he just seems like he's like fighting for his life to keep it. Versus like I just find it more fascinating when he's actually on the rise versus when he's at the top.
Can we be honest though? Like after you had Austin on top for so long, and he's like the one exception to the rule where he was always fighting despite being champion because Vince was always throwing every obstacle in his way. Where do you go from there in wrestling after that point? I mean,
you really don't go anywhere else. You have to redefine what got you there to the first place to make it feel even more important than the journey it took to get there. And for Josh Alexander's credit, he's had an incredible run. He even has surpassed now as the longest reigning Impact World Champion in the company history. Surpassed the likes of AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, the glorious Bobby Roode, the Impact Professional Wrestling, damn it, but I digress, among so many others. So I do get where you both are coming from. But again, there's a reason why he's called the Standard, the Iron Man. He is the face of Impact Wrestling. I just don't, with everything he's faced, and also the fact that it is really a personal affair and how family-oriented this company is. I think that right now Josh is going to retain.
I just have this image now. Of
You're gonna have your heart broken.
Josh Alexander just fucking driving down the ring with a Zamboni. Can that happen, please?
T-Bert's over here replaying the entire Attitude Era.
No. Listen, hear me out. Because he was a part of the North, just the Zamboni, nothing else. Like he comes in the Zamboni as an entrance. You know?
Oh God!
Like they're in a hockey arena.
Flag waving behind it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Walking weapon with the Zamboni. He calls the Zamboni the Zamboni. You can't call it the walking weapon.
He smacks into the ring so hard it tilts over to the side. And Bully Ray
it goes 15 feet into the front row.
Oh, Brock Lesnar, not again.
Oh God! All right. Well. You know what? You're talking about anything that can happen and anything that can be brought in. Well, here's a definition of something that can happen anywhere. Because Steve Macklin is looking to bring mayhem for all in Atlanta. As Steve Macklin goes one-on-one with former Impact World Champion, X Division Champion, Rich Swann, another person to tag and back on his inevitable chance, I feel, this year, hopefully, finally, damn it, to challenge for the Impact World Championship. Okay, so I see him going to the casino. I see him going to the airport. I see him going to the Coca-Cola factory. Is this going to go transcend beyond the Hollywood parking lot brawl that drove halfway down freaking Boulevard into the arena? Is this the match that's going to run through the entire night up to the main event? What the hell? I don't need to play GeoGuessr. I don't need to look at Google Maps. Where the hell are these two going to go? What am I supposed to expect? What is not going to be used? Is someone going to get a Coca-Cola can blasted over their head? Let's go ahead and give it to James, who already changed his name, and I completely agree because that's also my favorite. James, go ahead.
I need to go. It's been very obvious. Give him the fucking win! Once on pay-per-view. A goddamn W. God damn it.
That's how you really feel, James.
I'm telling you. Steve Macklin is the most underrated. This motherfucker should be the one dethroning Josh Alexander for that Impact World title right now. Give him a W. Stop going one step forward, two steps back every time with this guy. This guy has proven his fucking worth there, and he should have been pushed years ago when he was in the E. Never mind currently in Impact Wrestling, where he really got to showcase what the fuck he can do. Give him the W.
He was in the E. I completely forgot.
Exactly. Forgotten son. But not done.
All right. So we got two Macklins. A majority do believe that Macklin should bring Mayhem to Rich Swann to win this as well. 80% actually. Chris, your thoughts towards this after James' retort?
Well, I know both of these wrestlers well. Steve Macklin, he was in WWE. And also Rich Swann was in WWE, but he was in the Cruiserweight Classic back in 2016, and
Correct.
he was a part of the Cruiserweight division on Monday Night Raw in 2016. And personally, I miss Rich Swan's stance moves in WWE.
He still does them in Impact Wrestling. Don't worry about that. He always brings the party.
Thank God. But I'm going to agree with you guys. I'm going to go with Steve Macklin for the win. And hopefully this could be his year to be on top of the Impact division.
All right. Jerry, to go along with what James said, I mean, again, the guy, he's been involved in Barbara Massacre. He beat Sami Callihan and Moose. He beat Chris Sabin and Switchblade JY in a triple threat. And even in loss, he's had marquee matches against the likes of Chris Sabin one-on-one, Tomohiro Ishii. He had a friggin' fallout with friggin' Kazarian. He beat James Storm. What else does this guy need to do to prove his worth that he can not only challenge for the Impact title, he can possibly hold it? So, again, Jerry, your thoughts towards this. And also, if you know anything about Atlanta, Georgia, go ahead and let your brain run wild where this should end up and what this should do.
Well, Rich Swann was part of one of the most emotional angles for a while there in Impact Wrestling when he was injured and came back and actually won the title, which was pretty great.
Off of Eric Young, correct.
But because of that kind of made him an institute and almost like a landmark in that company. So Steve Macklin picking up a win on him only will propel him up a little bit, like that much higher. Rich Swann, he won't suffer from this loss at all, especially if it's like Falls Count Anywhere, because
in Atlanta,
he could easily pen him with a forklift, that empty arena match at one point, and it'll be completely legal. Before the Cruiserweight Classic, Rich Swann used to carry out a bucket of KFC with him to the ring. It was completely stereotypical. It was completely awesome and wonderful.
Well, we're in Atlanta, Georgia, so Coca-Cola. Just saying, Coca-Cola.
But yeah, I can see the match actually going all the way through the night and possibly ending right before the main event. But it'll be a lot more entertaining than the Edge and Orton thing that seemed like it was just winded and just kept on going and going and going. There's always going to be something interesting and always something great out of these two, whether it be Rich Swann flying off of something or Steve Macklin picking up some sort of random trash can, shopping cart, whatever may be on the street of Atlanta, Georgia, and just them just waylaying into each other. It's going to be an entertaining match regardless, but Macklin for the win.
All right. And also, Jerry, you're the new normal. James is not normal. You heard it here first. And folks, I think simple. All right. Let's go ahead and move on. We're going to go ahead and wait. I can't do this because in order to do this, I have to do one thing. Wait, what's the thing I'm supposed to do? Hold on. Give me a second. Oh, that's right. In order to talk about this next match, all I have to do is say his name. Because Joe Hendry, Joe Hendry defending the Digital Media Championship against Moose. And honestly, this is about as impromptu as it gets. Why Moose was tiring us talking about, I told you all what a scumbag Bully Ray is, and you all didn't listen. So I don't want you all to ever say his name again. The phrase his name apparently brought out this man who believes that Moose is a man in need. And that has turned into improper ire And this Digital Media Championship match was made official, especially after Moose speared the Digital Media Champion in the six-man tag yesterday on Impact Wrestling. So the bottom line is this, gentlemen. Do you believe in Joe Hendry or do you believe in Moose's dancing?
Motherfucker, I believed in Joe Hendry since his ICW days. I did Joe Hendry for the W here. The mind games are immaculate. Joe Hendry makes things better in Impact Wrestling.
Hey, that's his own gimmick. But
hold on. Let me just do a little Quimby reference here. Vote Hendry. All right, cool.
Oh my gosh.
Well, the bottom line with me, I believe in Joe Hendry. Chris, your pick on this match. Who completes the Digital Media Championship? Does Moose win, well, basically a new title here?
What is the majority thinking?
Oh, good Lord. The majority believe. 59% believe in Joe Hendry, while 41% pick Moose. So, pretty close.
I'm actually disagreeing with you two.
Okay.
I think this is going to be one of the title changes here. I have Moose winning the. Let me go to the forum. Digital Media Championship. I have Moose for the win.
All right, a truly internet championship, Jerry. As of course we've seen Brian Myers, Mac Jonah, and of course the very first champion Jordan Grace hold this title, and Joe Hendry, of course, won it off Brian Myers. And Mind Games Galore, he has definitely took Moose to a different stratosphere of anger that we haven't seen in a while. So, Jerry, what's your thoughts towards this match? This is gonna be fun to say the least.
I'm of two minds. I'm of I'm of quick spear pin end of match, but I'm also at Moose gets so fucking frustrated in this match that he ends up causing himself to lose. And I'm actually on that cusp at this point. I think Joe Hendry is too hot of a commodity right now, but not too hot enough to push any further. But we need to keep the belt on for a little while longer. And a win over Moose and him bragging about it for weeks upon end afterwards, or just, say he should have believed more. Yes. Give me more of that. It'll be great.
You know what needs to happen? He needs to get the old Moose back. I'm talking about the Moose that before EC3 fucked him up. Like he gets gets the Moose back.
Yeah,
that was the multi-tool athlete, and he believes in himself again, and he's smiling again. That was my favorite Moose ever. Nothing will beat that Moose,
and that could easily come from a loss here. Like pretty much, it almost fumbles him more or less to the point where he just reverts.
Yes, he reverts back.
Break his psyche. Joe Hendry.
That was
inspirational.
That was my favorite period of time at Impact, was that when Moose was doing that shtick, and then you had that on top with freaking Van Dam and Katie Forbes and whoever the hell he was fucking every week. Like that was based. That was base times, man.
Oh man. Well, okay. So the bottom line is this, Chris: you will be made a believer because a majority do believe in Joe Hendry. All right. That was fun. Let's go ahead and move on to, oh boy. Whew. Well, I did say we're going to talk about some unpredictability in the 2023, right? I did also talk about this being the strongest foundation for women's wrestling, right? I think both those things are kind of covered when you look at this. Number one contenders fatal four-way for the Knockouts Championship between the formerly undefeated Masha Slamovic, the personification of class and technical excellence, former AAA Ring of Honor and Knockouts champion and Knockouts Tag Team champion, La Virtuosa, Diana Perazzo, the People's Witch, and also Knockout veteran and former Knockouts Tag Team champion and Knockouts champion in her own right, Taylor Wilde, and let's fucking go, the newest Knockout to arrive, Killer Kelly. And the winner of this match will be the next challenger for the Knockouts Championship. Where do we begin from here, gentlemen? Good grief almighty. So Killer Kelly is the newest Knockout on the scene. She's only had a few matches, and she's only played with two people so far. Tasha Steelz. Well, technically 3. Tasha Steelz, Savannah Evans, and then had a one-off with somebody on BTI, and hasn't been seen on Impact Wrestling since October last year. And she's back, and she was just added to this field. Masha Slamovich, who was the undefeated force of the Knockouts division until she faced the juggernaut, Jordan Grace, not once, but twice, but has a singles victory over Killer Kelly back at WXW, and also was involved, Gary, in the Battle of Los Angeles. Lost to Jordan Grace though twice, but has a victory over Deonna Purrazzo. Taylor Wilde, again, the most experienced here, 19 years, one-time Knockouts champion, two-time Knockouts tag team champion. She beat Masha Slamovich rather impromptu quickly last week on Impact Wrestling. That was their only ever encounter. But she lost to, we're going to talk about in the main event, Mickie James during the last rodeo. And she's only worked tag team matches with Jordan Grace, never had a singles match with her. And then you have, in my opinion, the main event, the standard of the Knockouts division since coming in 2020, La Virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo, who's done it all in Impact Wrestling, except beat Mickie James, who she's lost to now 3 times. And she's just been watching from the outside as Masha has had a meltdown after losing to Taylor Wilde, yet she's never had any interaction with Killer Kelly. So, that being said, guess what? Everybody's got votes in here for this, but a majority are going with La Virtuosa. So thinking about history, thinking about what could come, and thinking about, again, the Knockouts always transcending women's wrestling, reinventing themselves in whatever way possible, and who could face who and who could lead this thing, and thinking about who could be the Knockouts champion heading into Sacrifice, No Surrender, Impact Wrestling tapes going forward. Anybody's game. Chris, I start with you. Who is your pick?
Well, can you put up the graphic again?
Absolutely.
Killer Kelly, she just came on to the scene, so I don't see her winning this.
All right.
Taylor Wilde, is it?
Yes.
I don't see her winning this at all. I'm gonna tell you this, with Deonna Purrazzo, I know her contract is up here soon in 2023, and it is being heavily rumored that Deonna Purrazzo will definitely probably be coming back to WWE in 2023. So this is going to be her last maybe couple of months with Impact Wrestling. And the other one is Masha Slamovich.
Correct.
I actually have her winning this. So she's my pick to win the number 1 contenders match.
All right. Fair analysis. Okay. This is not Halloween, and I don't believe in superstition, even though there is a witch in this match. But let's go ahead and get the new normal spots here. Mask or no mask? Gary, who you got?
I've been pretty much in love with Killer Kelly since NXT UK.
Same.
The fact that she didn't get utilized more in that company or become part of like Imperium and be the female member since she's already like big on ring comp.
Yep.
I think that would have been awesome. And I really want her to win this match. I think she's going to win this match. I want her and Masa to win the match, so maybe there's some sort of thing where a referee gets knocked down, and one of them counts a submission, and the other one counts a pinfall, and then we get a triple threat match. And that'd be awesome too. I wouldn't mind that. But if I had to choose one person to win this match, it'd be Killer Kelly, and it's going to be over Taylor Wilde probably because she's the most expendable of people.
All right. So, like I said, James, Masha Slamovich, Taylor Wilde, they had a fallout after Taylor Wilde got a roll-up victory on her, and Masha was already jaw-jacking Deonna Purrazzo, who, of course, Deonna has beaten before, but Masha also beat her, too. They're basically one-on-one with each other. Deonna Purrazzo, she has yet to have any sort of, like, singles affair with either Killer Kelly or Taylor Wilde. So, James, what's your take on this?
I went with Deanna because I think it's going to influence my pick for later. But what the fuck? Oh, hi, Jerry. I see. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Deanna. I think Deanna needs to win because I think she's gonna be the next contender in line to win the title. So that's who I'm gonna go with.
Well,
And again, spoiler alert for what I think will happen later.
Well, the thing is, James, is it really spoiler considering Deanna Purrazzo has history with both Jordan Grace and Mickie James. Like I said, though, she has not beaten Mickie James yet in Impact Wrestling, but she has defeated Jordan Grace twice on previous title occasions, including taking the title off of her. Not to mention that we were involved in the first ever and only ever 30-minute Iron Man match for the Knockouts in TNA Impact Wrestling history. I look at this field and I figure it like this. Killer Kelly just came back on the scene. She's going to do whatever the hell she wants. Can't get disqualified here. But something about her versus Masha as an exhibition program in the Knockouts division, yes, freaking please. Which is why I do think it's going to come down more so that Taylor Wilde and Deanna Purrazzo haven't fought with each other in the middle of the ring and Deanna getting the better of her, maybe taking her arm. So, like you, my pick is actually the Virtuosa. I went with Deanna Purrazzo.
How long did it take you to come up with that, Noah?
Quite a while, actually. Considering all the beauty of women's wrestling, and again, respect women's wrestling, damn it. The beauty of the Knockouts, like I said, it is so interchangeable who could be doing what with anybody, title or non-title. This four Knockouts field is proof of that.
I'm just saying the second the match got announced, I sent you a graphic of it, and you're like, oh. No,
I was like Deanna all the way just because with the 3, but then Killer Kelly came in. I was like, but then I think about again storytelling. Don't judge me.
That's the thing. I'm cool with any of those 4 winning this match.
Yeah, me too.
It's one of those situations where any one of them can be plugged into a storyline very, very easily with whoever's champion at that point, and it'll be quality. It'll be great. It'll be great stuff.
Or somebody else within the match itself. Like I said, Killer Kelly, Masha Slamovich. Maybe Masha still wants to smash Taylor Wilde's face in. Why Taylor Wilde's now trying to channel dark arts, I guess, of her coming or whatever. And then you have Deanna Purrazzo, who again, she's over all of this. She's always going to be the main event. She is the classiest of the 4, probably the classiest of the entire Knockouts division, and has held this thing down since 2020. Long may she reign, title or no title. But yeah, I was torn on this for the longest time. I still am. And honestly, I might, nope, make it official. Gonna commit. I'm not doing that. I'm making a stance. I'm making a stance. Let me talk to you. I'm making a stance. What you hear from me on video is final. Period. And that goes for any wrestling, simply predicting going forward.
We'll come back to this one later.
Oh, trust me. I'm going to have a freaking angst when I realize I should have gone with my second guess. But what are you going to do? It's all for fun. Bottom line, the Virtuosa for the win. Okay. Well, as we talk about again, who could be the face of the Knockouts going forward as champion, and who could challenge that face, let's talk about the new face of the X Division that literally spray painted his old marquee on the very title itself. And it's maybe 3rd time's the charm, superstition or not. For the opponent, we'll see. As Trey Miguel defends the X Division Championship against Black Taurus of Decay. And, of course, we saw these two go one-on-one for the first time ever at Overdrive to crown the new vacant X Division champion, where Trey Miguel finally decided to do whatever it takes for himself to not only claim this title, but make himself be the new face of the X Division, including the face of the very championship itself. In a battle, really, that comes down to revenge, and maybe it's this 3rd time the charm for Black Taurus. This is his 3rd chance going after the X Division Championship. I don't have much to say, except for Crazy Steve will probably be at ringside, and I'm pretty sure spray paint will not affect him in the face because he is actually legally blind. So, Jerry, what's your thoughts towards this X Division match? I mean, Black Taurus, again, is he somebody that we just kind of write off in this scenario again? How does this evolve from last time? Where do we go from here with these two?
I think at this point, it would make sense for Trey Miguel to probably keep the belt, especially since it's already tagged and everything. And I was really, I already had said, I think I already selected Black Taurus at this point, but I'm going to probably have to change to Trey Miguel. For some reason, I just don't think it's time for him to lose the belt just yet. Even if it is like back-to-back wins over Tarus at this point on pay-per-views, it just doesn't. I think the first one pretty much was the first match, pretty much setting the groundwork for almost like this heel turn type thing he's doing. This next match, this one will completely solidify it to the point where there'll be no doubt in your mind that he's going to try to keep the belt at any cost, wherever, whenever. So Trey Miguel for the win.
Chris, Trey Miguel, again, this is now his, I believe, second time as the X Division champion. He's the 101st X Division champion in this company's history. We talked about that six-pack challenge in the opener. He challenged Alan Angels before one-on-one. I think it was actually one of the first matches Alan Angels had when he came into Impact Wrestling. We talked about maybe the winner of that six-pack challenge maybe challenging for the X Division championship here. So do you think that Trey retains by hook or by crook?
When I saw the graphic for this match, Trey Miguel versus Black Taurus, when I saw Trey Miguel, he looks just like Ricochet to me.
I mean,
but
yeah.
more over and actually a champion.
He does.
And that's why that's actually why I'm picking Trey Miguel.
Because he looks like Ricochet.
Yes. So I'm picking
That's
Trey
a
Miguel for the win.
horrible reason to pick someone.
Sometimes, Jared, you just need a reason in general. That's all you need.
Apparently, Ricochet is not the one and only anymore. He might need to get a new nickname.
I mean, Trey Miguel, it's about see the future. See the future of the X Division. See the future through me. James, do you still see the X Division run by Trey Miguel?
Yes, I see. I can't unsee it now. He kind of does look like Ricochet. Yeah, I
can't see it now.
I see Trey. I see Ricochet. Ricochet is gonna get the W here. No.
Ricochet.
Ricochet. Yeah, Ricochet is gonna get the dub.
Lightning Spiral or Meteor is the question. All right.
I think he'll hit a 630.
He has not done that yet. He does Top Rope Meteora. All right.
Yeah, Top Rope Meteor at 630. That's
and Ariel versus Ariel. 92% do agree that Trey Miguel will retain, though. So at least we're pretty much right on that. But it should be a good showcase match. Kind of like how Jake Something did something, but never came to championship.
All I'll tell you is this. I'm just glad that he is no longer trying to be that 70s show, but like on a budget. So just that those days are not a thing anymore.
I do like his new fame. And sometimes, again, in this industry, you gotta adapt. You gotta give yourself, that edge that maybe you were missing. Gotta find that dark side in you. Look at Athena, just saying. So I mean, I can kind of understand what you're saying. By the way, good match with her and Shafir for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship on Dark. Impressive stuff. All right, let's go ahead and move on from there. We're getting towards the end here in what's going to be, pretty wild and game busters. And again, could be anybody's game. The Motion Machine Guns, once again, the Impact World Tag Team Champions are defending the gold against, they wanted a rematch they're going to get, Heath and Rhino. But the major players want a match they're going to get. But Ace Austin and Chris Bay have proven themselves worthy of a rematch they're going to get. It is a fatal four-way elimination match for the Impact World Tag Team Championships. The last team standing comes out with the gold. Major players yet to be Impact Tag Team Champions. Keith and Rhino, the former Impact Tag Team Champions that the Motion Machine Guns took the titles off of and now champions for two different promotions, as you see on Alex Tilly's shoulder, the NJPW Strong Tag Team Championship, and of course, the newest tag team on the scene in Impact Wrestling, representing Bullet Club. Two former X Division champions in their own right, Ace Austin and Chris Begg, who made it to the finals of the Best Super Juniors Tag League, but fell short to Yo and Leo Rush. All right, I don't think a whole lot needs to be said here, considering we know the history of McAdoo and Brian Myers, former Raw Tag Team Champions. So there's the W influence for Christopher Rotz. We know Chris Bay and Ace Austin, they're very capable of coming a long way as a tag team, but they have yet to really show us they can get it done where it matters. But this could be one of the most unique tag teams to come across the Impact scene in a long time. And then you have Heath and Rhino, the Cinderella story going all the way back from SmackDown 2016. That made it to the top and want to be back there again where Rhino said with intensity, I'm going to rip your face off and tear you apart with a gore. But the Motor City Machine Guns are not only the most influential tag team in Impact Wrestling history as well by the fans, they are the standard of this division. And I'm just waiting to see now what they could do with NWW Strong. Maybe they'll be at Battle Lost. Maybe they'll be at the Battle in the Valley. I was going back and forth with this for a little while, but right now, I figured about who I want to see be tag champs and how. I want the Motor City Machine Guns to pass the torch off to the team that deserves it in traditional fashion. And I do believe that still could be Chris Bay and Ace Austin, but not here. I actually have the tag champs retaining and coming out of this. Again, elimination. They can work together, change lines. This is just the last team standing wins. James, what about you?
I actually am going to go with the major players because I think they're long overdue for an Impact Tag Title win. I think this is the prime time to do it. I don't think they're going to get another opportunity, especially if rumors are to be believed that Matt Cardona is on his way back to the E at some point.
Right.
So it's now or never to do this with Brian and him. Give the belts to him, even if it's for a month or so. It's not like they haven't done that before. So I'll give the belts to them.
I feel like the Impact Men's Tag Team Championships are more respective than the Knockout Tag Team Championships, though. Just saying. Chris?
Well, no, the Knockouts tag titles have actually been held longer than the men's.
But that's because they actually have an established duo to hold them. Dadgum. I know, they're still working on it, though. Chris, why do I feel like you're just going to go with the WWE team here? Oh, wait, there's two of them. So, Chris, who are you picking to come out with the Impact Tag Team Championships?
Well, leave this graphic up. Okay.
All right.
I see Ace Austin and Chris Bay getting eliminated first.
How dare you?
Hey, I'm sorry, Noah.
Because that's the least he knows about them.
I know, that's fair.
So
continue.
I know about Heath and Rhino because that's the only I know Heath and Rhino because Rhino gave Heath a WWE contract in 2016 by winning the SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
Yeah.
I don't see them winning this.
Okay.
It's either between Motor City Machine Guns and the major players. I'm actually going for a title retention here. I see Motor City Machine Guns winning this because of one thing is this. This is actually going to be Matt Cardona's final match in Impact Wrestling here tonight because of I heard that we got some breaking news here that Chelsea Green is signed to WWE. So that means that possibly Chelsea Green is going to be appearing in the Women's Royal Rumble match in 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Enough bodies.
And with Matt Cardona, he is going to be on his way back to WWE, and possibly it's going to be at the Royal Rumble. I have no doubt in my mind that's going to happen. So Matt Cardona is going to have his final match tonight, and then we're going to be seeing him at the Royal Rumble in 2 weeks from tomorrow, and Motor City Machine Guns are going to retain their tag team champions.
Well, the majority do agree with you. 50%, why 28% with Bullet Club and 18% with major players. One person with Heath and Rhino. Maybe they invited them for cheese and crackers in their trailer. James, what's your? Jerry, J&J connection here, folks. They're not secured and hired by me. I don't pay them. Jerry,
he gets confused.
Yeah, exactly. And now the new. The new Ricochet. Matt Cardona gets eliminated by Ricochet in the Royal Rumble. Calling it now. Jerry, what's your thoughts towards this four-way tag team dance? We usually leave it with the gold.
My thoughts right now are the Motor City Machine Guns get eliminated first. They're also tag champions in New Japan. If they drop the belts in Impact to one of these three teams, it's not going to hurt them at all. And it'll actually lighten the load a little bit. They'll be able to travel more, and that's going to be better on them. So I love Motor City Machine Guns. Alex Shelley is still probably my top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time. But I like the idea of like, one of these other teams winning the belts. Heath and Rhino, they're pretty much just a novelty act at this point. I hate to say it, but it's what they are. Rhino's getting towards the end of his career. Heath is like still all over the place on the independent circuit doing his thing. So they're doing great.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would think I'm going to go ahead and say the major players are going to win the belts at this show. And like James said, they could easily lose it at the next show. And that would be great if it's to Chris Bay and Ace Austin. So I'm with you, Noah, on the sense that this isn't Ace Austin and Chris Bay's night, but the next night very well may be.
Mm-hmm. All right,
they can hot clear the belt off of them, and it'll be fine. And then that way, Cardona, if he is heading to WWE, he's got his out. Brian Meyer can go back to doing a singles run again.
Yeah, most professional wrestler goes back after the Digital Media Championship, maybe. Again, 2 former Digital Media champions. So, yeah, and honestly, the heel versus heel, or you could look at Ace Austin and Chris Bay. They could be like the face dynamic here. Impact can make it work regardless. All right, good stuff. Well, we're getting close to the end here, so let's go ahead and move on to this. That's going to be an interesting exhibition where we see if the past is finally behind him, despite the fact that this guy has now signed with Impact Wrestling. And I feel it's going to be his own foundation to come in the long run. But doesn't start here. And seriously, Impact, what's going on with your lighting grid? Check your technicians. Ayo. Jonathan Gresham goes one-on-one with Eddie Edwards. And again, these two, they have accolades going all the way back to Ring of Honor. But Eddie Edwards, he is Impact Wrestling. I would say he's one of those that you could call Mr. Impact Wrestling, considering he's practically held every damn title in this company. Of course, Eddie Edwards looking to bury his past. He literally buried PCO, and then he tried to deface Demass, a former mentor, former running mate in Ring of Honor, Delirious. And that's when Jonathan Gresham came onto the scene and then told us shortly after that he has signed with Impact Wrestling. Not to mention he's the husband of Big Mama Pump. Holler if you hear me. That being said, I look at this match, I figure like this. If Alicia Edwards and Eddie Edwards say that after this, we could focus and move forward and just focus on doing better things in Impact Wrestling, Eddie Edwards kind of needs to get the win. But something tells me your past, sometimes you can't escape, and is haunting him, and that can cost him. With Jonathan Gresham just signing, I think the Octopus needs to win here. I'm going to say simply that Jonathan Gresham gets the win, even though I think Alicia Edwards' heel turn and assist would be kind of cool with the kendo stick, but I don't see that happening. I got the Octopus. Chris, what about you? What's your thoughts towards this match?
I'm keeping it short. Oh,
wait, who's going first?
I said Chris. I said Chris this time. I didn't buy.
Sorry.
You're good.
I'm keeping it short and sweet, and then James, you'll go next. Hey, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm keeping it short and sweet. Jonathan Gresham for the win.
James, you're on point. Agree or disagree? And by the way, everybody believes that Jonathan Gresham is going to win. It's almost unanimous. One person picked Eddie Edwards. Gee, I wonder.
Yeah, wait, there was an Eddie Edwards. I didn't see that on the graphic, or did I just skip by it?
You're all right, dude. I got you.
Okay.
This is not illusion.
Yeah, Gresham.
All right. Jerry, upside down. Gresham or Edwards?
Gresham's last match in Ring of Honor was an embarrassment. It really was. It was a punishment. So I like the idea of him being Eddie Edwards here. So Gresham for the win.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and let's be honest, this is probably the one match people are thinking about the least. But even though we know what Gresham is capable of, I mean, this man.
It's going to be an awesome match, but it's just
awesome,
it's a forgettable one.
Well, you want to talk about forgettable? This is going to be nothing short, but incredibly memorable. The question is, what sort of moment is to come? Because before we talk about what's ahead, again, folks, let your predictions be known. Link in the description down below for the league. Stay tuned. The Championship Network just be able to keep you coverage, live play-by-play of commentary of the pay-per-view. And again, get those predictions in. But I think there has been enough talk. Because, gentlemen, it is time for the main event. It doesn't get more important or bigger than this. Jordan Grace defends the Knockouts World Championship against Hardcore Country, Trailblazer, Torchbearer, gatekeeper, legendary moment maker, first ballot Hall of Famer, 4-time Knockouts champion, 5-time WWE Women's Champion, a 43-year-old, 24-year veteran of the game, the finale of the last rodeo, hardcore country, Mickie James. And just to add a bit more tidbit to this is Mickie James' 200th Impact Wrestling match, and it very well could be her last. It's title or nothing. Win or go home. What is to be shown? Jerry, you are first.
Well, it kind of messes with my pick for the four-way women's match, but I could honestly see Deonna Purrazzo coming out there and causing Mickie James the match and that's how her career ends. Is Deonna Purrazzo becomes like the biggest heel in women's division by causing Mickie James to lose her match, and that sets up between her and Jordynne Grace after she wins in the Fatal 4-Way. I'm still keeping my pick as Killer Kelly, but the storyline wise and everything, Deonna Purrazzo getting Mickie James out of the company, and pretty much Jordynne Grace still having respect for Mickie at this point, and her and Deonna Purrazzo going at it one more time, if anything, for that belt. It needs to happen. So Mickie James needs to lose this match.
Damn. Chris, the poll is the following. 15 people, 40% believe Mickie James will come out as the champion, while a majority believe 60%, 24 people picked Jordynne Grace to retain. What's your thoughts towards this?
What's my thoughts is either way, this match tonight's gonna be great. You got the last rodeo with Mickie James. If she wins, she continues. If she loses, she's done. Her career is over as far as Impact Wrestling goes.
Period. Her career is over. Period.
I know her career is over, period, but there are senses. Her career could be over just for Impact, but I got this sense of feeling that maybe Mickie James, after this is done, maybe she'll go to WWE and fight there for a little bit. But if this is her last rodeo, her 200th match, she had an amazing career, Mickie James. She had rivalries with Trish Stratus. Rivalries with, I think did she took on Lita at any point of her career?
Yes.
Okay. And she also were helping Alexa Bliss out in 2016. No, actually 2017 when she made her SmackDown return. And we saw a feud with Becky Lynch and Mickie James for a little bit. But overall, I think tonight her 200th match is going to be her last.
So you got Jordynne Grace retaining.
I have Jordynne Grace retaining tonight to put an end to Mickie James' Impact Wrestling career.
All right. James, it's Trailblazer versus the Torchbearer. Mickie James versus Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace has not been pinned, keyword, not been pinned since February. And since winning the Knockouts Championship now for the second time back at Summerversary in Queen of the Mountain, she has been unstoppable, overcoming the likes of Tasha Steelz, Max the Impaler, and Masha Slamovich twice, and the quintessential diva, Giselle Shaw. For Jordynne Grace, it's her legacy versus Mickey James' career. It ends one of two ways as far as this match goes, and she's not willing to give that up. Former participant also in Battle Los Angeles, lost to Speedball, beat her husband though, Gresham. When I looked at the opening, the before the bell, and the retrospective for Mickey James in this match, there were three key words that stood out for me: rebound, rebuild, rise. We saw Mickey James rebound after losing the title to Tasha Steelz, losing against Vex, and losing to Chelsea Green and going home. She rebuilt herself, and she's been on the rise since because of this last rodeo. It was more so a test to herself to see if she could keep up and still go along with this generation of incredible athletes, because she just wanted to leave women's wrestling in a better place. I think it's safe to say that she has done that. And she's overcome the likes of Giselle Shaw, Mia Yim, Chelsea Green, Taylor Wilde, and Deonna Purrazzo in what truly has been a do-or-die journey. While Jordan Grace has finally decided to give her this opportunity, saying you proved enough, let's just sell this. It's a first-time ever match. There's no other statistics. The only thing that stands between us and the result is the bell ringing. So, James, how does Mickey James' last rodeo end? With her going out with grit and glory, or once again becoming now a 5-time Knockouts champion?
I'm going with 5-time Knockouts champion. I think she's going to win the belt here because I think Deonna's going to be the one to retire her. I don't think it's going to be any other way. I think Deonna's going to get that moment to retire, or at least in Impact Wrestling, retire Mickey James. I think that's going to be the move they go with here.
It's funny you bring that up because I do think about, again, the story of the Knockouts division is as old right now in this inception as Mickey James versus Deonna Purrazzo. At Slammiversary 2021 that I saw live, Deonna Purrazzo defended the Knockouts World Champion against Thunder Rosa, and who came out afterwards? Mickey James. And that was her return to Impact Wrestling to invite Deonna Purrazzo to be a part of Empower. And since then, these two have been in each other's throats since, physically and verbally, to the point Deonna Purrazzo attacked her at her own home. Since Mickey James redefined herself as hardcore country, with Impact Wrestling always being a welcome for her. I mean, Jerry, she first was brought into TNA under Jeff Jarrett as part of Raven and The Calling. And she wasn't even called Mickey James back then, all right? So she has been through...
Alexis Lurie, yes, I remember.
Up and down and all... Yeah, that was a freaking moment. Up and down and all around her entire career. Moments that have broken her physically, emotionally, mentally. But again, last year at Hard to Kill, James, you and I called this with Jeff. It was literally Texas Death Match where Mickey James overcame Deonna Purrazzo and successfully defended the Knockouts World Championship and went on with it around her waist in the Royal Rumble. Good run. Then she faced Deonna Purrazzo again during the last Royal. Deonna Purrazzo has yet to beat Mickey James. Jerry, I understand where you're coming from about Deonna Purrazzo becoming the ultimate female villain, maybe up there with the likes of a male villain like MJF. But I don't think you need anybody tonight to be a part of that foundation in storytelling. I feel that's something to come, but when I was looking at this card, I was trying to be a bit congruent here in my storytelling and my picks. There's a reason why I picked Deonna Purrazzo for the win, because like I said earlier, Deonna Purrazzo is 0-3 against Mickey James. So for Mickey James to retire and pass off that torch, maybe not to Jordan Grace, but to Deonna Purrazzo, who is still so young in her career, by the way, I just feel that would be an incredible, finale, especially if maybe it's after she's voted to be in the Impact Hall of Fame, maybe at Slammiversary, maybe this year, maybe that's the end game per se. It was Slammiversary 2020 where Deonna Purrazzo came in to Impact Wrestling and became the Knockouts champ for the first time that night against Jordan Grace. She's already beaten Jordan Grace. She beat her in the Iron match. She has nothing else to prove against Jordan Grace. Truth be told, she honestly has nothing to prove against anybody in this roster. But just on the verge of her 10th year in her overall professional wrestling career, how fitting would it be for the Virtuosa to enter that as the Knockouts champion, passed off by Mickey James? So that's why I do think that Mickey James is going to become, once again, the Knockouts champion. I think the story for this year is going to be Deonna Purrazzo is the one to finally beat the one thing she hasn't beaten yet, and that's Mickey James. I'm going with Mickey James for the win. Whew.
All right, you convinced me. Put me down for Mickey.
I am the influencer.
Wow.
Yep. There you go.
All right. Well, Folks, we'd love to hear your thoughts in the Chris, you stand alone. Good luck, brother. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, your predictions down below. Let your predictions be known because guess what, folks? That is Impact Wrestling's Hard to Kill. The countdown begins literally an hour and about 50 minutes from now. And again, the pay-per-view is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on your local pay-per-view provider. So please tune in when you can. And if you can't watch the show, engage with us. Let us immerse you in Impact Wrestling tonight across the Jet Media Network multiverse of media. So before we conclude and bid ourselves a fine adieu, Chris, James, Jerry, hell of a kickoff for our 2020 Impact Wrestling League. It's been a pleasure talking with all three of you, and good luck to all of you. Let's go ahead and send ourselves off plugging stuff. Jerry, again, you are the man with 1,000 names. I saw your very first name, so I'm not going to waste any more time with you. Where can people connect, engage, and find you?
Well, first off, pre-show, Trey Cachet, no nickname. It's always great to talk to you guys about wrestling. So, yeah, you can find me on Facebook or Twitter at
Twitter.
Yep, I forgot Gerald_JSJ, and my Facebook group Armbar, all capital ARMBAR exclamation
point. Don't forget it.
We have wrestling memes. We have just discussions about wrestling. We just do wrestling stuff. Otherwise, yeah, I'm around ish.
Always ish.
Don't try to add me on Facebook as a normal friend because if I don't know you, I'm not going to add you.
Well, again,
there you
Facebook's
go.
family oriented. That's just me. And again, I barely use social media. Maybe that's why I have the strongest mentality out of the freaking internet wrestling.
Well, that's also because you have no time, Noah.
True, because I actually dedicate my time to a lot of stuff in and out of wrestling. What can I say? I'm a busy, simple man.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you always. The not Tricochet, James Ebert, who will be in the green room with me on the WWE Media shortly. James, anything you want to plug about? Where can people find you?
Well, I do have stuff I want to promote. Absolutely. In fact, I'm going to share my screen. Here it is. Could you get that up on the screen? Good Siren.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay, here it is. Here's all my plugs coming up for WYW Productions.
Oh, look at this man. He's theatrical.
Scan the QR codes to see what's upcoming for FTW Productions and what's available on demand right now.
Is that you making that voice, James?
Button
Yes.
Master Stable Wars. AEW Grand Slam, Rampage and Dynamite Watch Party.
Look at a robot.
Shared Experiences by Mistress Audio and J. Hebert Side 95. Survivor Series 10-year retrospective. The J. Hebert Side of Things, Episode 3. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order Let's Play series.
Do it.
Watch-alongs for Halloween Havoc 97 and Fully Loaded 2000. All of A Simple Man's Brand Simply Predicting panels.
Just right now, right here.
Both episodes of The Don DeMarco Show.
Bang, bang.
AEW Spark, WWE Aftershock, and Retro Wrestling Review series. The entirety of the NASCAR Thunder 2004 Let's Play series.
Stay tuned on Monday.
All of AEW's watch parties the last 4 weeks. Wrestle Kingdom 17 coverage in conjunction with the Jeff Meacham Network. A Simple Take. Both episodes available now. Super Mario Bros. Z voice acting. Breaking news. ATW View Impromptu.
That was a good conversation.
WYW Intro and Immortal Stream. Royal Rumble Match Marathon with retros of events following Marathon.
Good God.
Plugs have concluded. On to the video.
Thank you, Jay Hebert Side Model 95. Very great stuff. Bravo as always. Bravo.
Well executed, my friend. That was excellent.
Thank you. Claps in the chat.
I think you could have used some more promotion.
Could have used more? Okay, I'll make sure. It's like 5 minutes long this time.
Blah, 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 blah,
You
blah,
could have
blah,
used
blah,
another
blah.
8 or 9 slides.
I figured I'd try something different.
Hey, you know what?
spice it up.
It worked. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, man. Drew Gulak made PowerPoint presentations over. I think you definitely are making your way through the export video feature. Then again,
Yeah, but by the way, that's not a joke. That's all done by PowerPoint. All the thumbnails I ever do, PowerPoint.
Dude.
Oh, we know.
You're talking to somebody that works on PowerPoint on a weekly basis. Anyway, Good stuff, James. Again, appreciate you. I'll see you soon on across the Jeff Beachum Network. Chris,
Yes.
again, always a pleasure. You had a good kickoff for your debut, predicting and discussing Impact Wrestling. I expect you to learn more about Impact Wrestling and follow it too. But anything you want, plot, promote, where can people find you?
Well, it's always been a pleasure coming on this panel video as I complete another prediction video. I was on here for WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor, and now I put it up there. Number 4 is Impact Wrestling. And personally, this is actually going to be my second year doing the predictions video because WrestleMania is my second year of doing the predictions video. So that's
Nice.
coming up. So it's always been a pleasure. I can't wait to come back on here again for the next Impact pay-per-view. It's going to be great. Where everybody can find me is my Instagram, CMROTZ_6472. I posted about Impact Hard to Kill pay-per-view tonight. So everybody go check that out and give it a thumbs like. Give it a heart means like the post. My Facebook.
Got to give the people what they want.
My Facebook is Christopher Rods. My Snapchat is C_Rod17. My Twitter is uppercase CM, lowercase ROTZ24. I can't wait to come back on here again. And the next time you'll see all of us will be in 2 weeks away. It'll probably be 2 weeks from tonight or whenever our schedules will meet.
I'll plan accordingly. Heck, it might be the day of because Saturday, who's got stuff to do before the Royal Rumble?
It might be the day. It might be the night before or whatever. We got the Royal Rumble event where we get 2 Royal Rumble matches. We get Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. And if you guys are interested on coming on the panel video, we're going to be doing something special for a certain match during the Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight match. That match is the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match where Noah Foster will be drinking a pitch black that day. And for the first time ever, we're going to be talking about that match for the first time ever in the dark. So if you want to get
That's
on...
a completely different turn I thought I was going to.
So if you want to get on for the Royal Rumble predictions video, hit us up and we'll definitely allow you to come on for the Royal Rumble. And during the Royal Rumble prediction video, I will be opening up my No DQ shirt that I won for the 2022 No DQ Galaxy Champion. So I'm looking forward to that.
Right.
Good luck to everybody who's participating in the Impact Predictions League this year. Hope you guys do well. And let's have an amazing 2023 year.
Good stuff, my friend. Again, I appreciate all you. And folks, again, you still have time. Get your predictions in. They are final at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The link is in the description down below. I thank all of you for watching. But if you folks want to know more about me, know this, for I am just a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Damn it!
Buy the shirt.
But I digress. Find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Foster1916 for all things wrestling. Shout out, of course, the entire AEW family on the Twitter. You can find my Twitter, of course, and Foster1916. I will always pin a keyword pin the Prediction League updates and the Prediction League forums there. If you don't like the Twitter, and honestly, I don't blame you sometimes, you can now find that again. Be safe. You can always find the prediction forums and updates for my Simba YouTube channel under my community tab. So subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for all content on live or on demand. If you want to be a part of Impact Wrestling fun and fam and more predictions like this, then follow Team Impact on Facebook. I will also keep updates right there. Shout out to fellow Horsemen of Predictions, Mark Griffith, who created the page. I also want to give a brief shout out to the other Horseman, Jeff Chadwick. Jeff, our prayers are with you. May your health be fine. We look forward to predicting and engaging with you again real soon. People, again, be better. That's all I got to say. Be better. The HW View is back, bitches. And we started off hot, as James alluded to in the plug. So find the entire playlist on my Civil YouTube channel as well. And stay tuned for more episodes on that. Also coming up, as I said earlier, tonight, the Championship Multimedia has you covered with another live feature, double feature, as I'll be commentating, reacting, and discussing not only Impact Wrestling's Hard to Kill pay-per-view in full tonight, but AEW Rampage to follow immediately after that. Also coming up tomorrow night, it is the 1-year anniversary of Open Mic Night. So stay tuned. Yeah, again, that's something. So stay tuned for that and more, again, across WWW Media live tomorrow night, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bring your drinks, bring your humor, bring your super chats, be part of the discussion. Bring forward the humiliation to me because I know James and everybody has plans, including a freaking Fortnite dance. Not going to happen. Stay tuned for more live
super chat. Just
James, shut the hell up. Stay tuned for more live super predicting panels. As Chris alluded to, the next one will be the Royal Rumble. Then we will go from there into February with NXT Vengeance Day. Oh, wait, I forgot to say something. Not my NXT!
Agreed.
Also, stay tuned for WWE Elimination Chamber. And as Chris alluded to, the next Impact special will be No Surrender. So stay tuned for more on that. And of course, you know I'm All Elite. The All Elite League will kick off in March with the first pay-per-view, AEW Revolution. As far as other content to come to this channel, tentatively speaking, I might bring back AEW Spark in a different way across the channel and others. There will be more HW views, and me and Kuzon will try and work together to bring you more coverage on Stardom, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and NJPW discussions too, maybe KOPW. But as always, I'm going to conclude, there are no winners, no losers, no betters. They're just fans with opinions with this passion we all share. At the end of the day, folks, support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality too, treasure your families, and just enjoy life and enjoy professional wrestling. It's as simple as that. Also, believe in Joe Hendry. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. Hit the bell so this video goes live or on demand on this channel. And again, become part of this fun YouTube community. My content creation is not letting up anytime soon. Shout out to all the 260 plus who's been with me so far as I approach my 5-year anniversary in October. And again, say yes to No DQ, and I definitely will be back on No DQ soon, whether it's review or predictions panels. And yes, running the predictions late for both the team and the Galaxy too. So stay tuned. For the entire Impact faithful, Jerry, I promise you, my friend, may my aura help you not be at the bottom of the barrel. This year has to be your year. I believe in you, just like I believe in you.
At least in this league, I can give a shit less about WWE.
I think that's a fair analysis. And again, thank you to those that have submitted your picks so far. I see your comments. Go, Josh Alexander. That was a tough one. Let's go. Let's go. Banger. Love Impact Wrestling. Good luck this year to all players. And Chris, I see your comment down below. You're a humble, respectful man. Appreciate you. The build-up for Impact Wrestling, hard to kill build-up, gets a 7.5 from me. Okay, that person's got his judgment. Enjoy the pay-per-view, enjoy professional wrestling. Hashtag Dancing Moose. First Impact pay-per-view 2023. Let's freaking go. By the way, I believe in Joe Hendry. He literally put in the clap emojis too. Respect. All right, folks, go ahead, get some rest. Stay tuned for Hard to Kill. Stay tuned for Rampage. Stay tuned to the Japanese Multiverse Media. And again, support my friends. Enjoy life. Enjoy wrestling. It's been a hell of a good time. It's been an impactful start. But until next time, as I always like to leave, make a positive impact in life and have a good night. Gentlemen, great job. It's been a hell of a good time. See ya next time.
Oh, wait. Jerry's getting the mask before to close us out.
What is he doing?
No,
he's just falling over.
Okay, he fell over.
There's too much to handle.
Okay.
He's penduluming.
He's penduluming. All right, it's time to pendulum the fuck out of here.
TikTok, time's up. We're out. Bye-bye.